Dorjee Lama. Also, good evening, participants. Today, today I'm here, monitor. So my name is Boninda Chibinyasara. So let me announce the agendas at the Tavagu Education Center. So we had five agendas. So number one, by reciting the Namochada, and then two, the introduction to our distinguished speakers. And then three, the speaker will be share the Dhamma knowledge. And then four, after finish our speaker talking, his Dhamma knowledge, the participant will add a question to our speaker. So and number five, by reciting Buddha Sajansi and Sujuru. So that's why let me invite all the participants also whenever we are recite together Namo Tassa 3 times. Namo Tassa. Namo Tassa.
Arahato Sama Sambuddhassa. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Sama Sambuddhassa. Namo Tassa Arahato Sambuddhassa.
So today our the speaker, who is the most venerable, the Phountsog Dorjee Lama. So he is from the Nepal. So he finished the diploma, the mindfulness master, and BSc MSU Thailand. So also he finished BA in philosophy from India. So for the master arts for MA in Buddhist studies, the BSc MCU. Also now he studied the PhD in Buddhist study in International Buddhist Study College, the MSU Thailand. So today I think he had a lot of knowledge within his study. Now that he will share Dhamma knowledge about living the Dhamma in the 21st century. So that's why let me invite the most venerable Phountsog Dorjee Lama, so you can share Dhamma knowledge.
Thank you, Venerable Bodhi Ashin Pinasara Doctor, one of my dearest friends here in IBSC MCU. Thank you for your kind words and introducing me to our audience for today. And I would like to give my heartfelt gratitude to the Tavagu Education Forum, which is doing a tremendous work, recommendable work, like serving the Dhamma to the people around that, not only in Myanmar, around the globe by Facebook or kinds of other social media. So I would like to wish you more success and more followers, and may you can spread the Dhamma for our future generation. Brother, can you share the PPT first for me? And today, without further ado, let's talk about today's topic. So today's topic is living the Dhamma in the 21st century. I actually chose this topic because sometimes when we heard about the Dhamma or 21st century, people think that Dhamma is too old-fashioned and maybe it's not fit for 21st century because today's world is rapidly changing according to technology, according to everything, lifestyles and climate change, globalizations, everything. So people think that Dhamma is just old fashioned because they misunderstood the meaning of Dhamma. When the Dhamma comes, people think that going to temple, offerings to monks, or like lighting a candles and pray Namo Tassa or Buddha, that's a Dhamma. But actually, that is not the real Dhamma that taught by the Buddha. So, respected all Dhamma friends here, and so actually everyone knows that Dhamma is akaliko. Akaliko is like timeless, right? It's always relevant. It's always pure. It's always true. So it is not a teaching limited in that ancient India, but living the truth that speak to the human heart across countries. So even Buddha lived before more than 2,600 years ago, and he taught his teaching before 2,600 years ago. But his teaching are still very meaningful, very relevant, very truth, even in 21st centuries. But like 21st century, as I already told you about, like now 21st century is surrounded by fast technology, media, social media, global problems, climate change, consumerism. Like consumerism is like people want to consume more than they need, and then busy lifestyle. But our world may look very different comparing to the Buddha's time. But if we look and observe closely, the real cause of suffering that Buddha taught, right? The first one, the suffering in Four Noble Truths. It's same. It's greed, hatred, and ignorance. So in Buddha time, greed meant wanting more land, right? Become big landlord or become very wealthy and very powerful. But in today's world, we see greed in consumer culture. Consumer culture means we try to buy more things than we need. Example, nowadays people buy lots of clothes, seeing a TikTok advertisement or Facebook advertisement. Even they don't need it, they are consuming more than they need. So it's like, and changing a newest phone. Even your old phone is working, but you try to change new phone. And like because we carve for these kinds of things because of constant ads. Whenever we see YouTube or Facebook, there appears an ad and it makes a carving to get more things. We make us more consumer. And natural resources also, we are destroying our natural resources, we are destroying trees, and deforestations are happening. And we are, if we consume more means we are giving the wastage more, right? So wastage more, and because of that pollutions and climate change is happening. In this time, hatred was expressed through, like in the Buddha time, if we hate each other, they express with wars. They directly go and war with each other and violence. But today, in this technology world, people spread hatred through online. Like if we see someone posting a photos, we try to manipulate that pictures, or we do some kinds of hate comment and harsh speech, and then even careless post sometimes we do, and we try to divide entire communities through religion, through races, through gender. And in Buddha time, delusion means not seeing things as they are, right? To see the things they really are is the wisdom, but delusion means not seeing the things they really are. But today's world, delusion appears distraction. So, like, I want to do something, and there are lots of distraction now. I can see lots of distraction through social media, and some kinds of slow pleasure. Like we want to Like if we think that, oh, I got a luxury bag or iPhone, latest iPhone, that thinks, oh, it is pleasure for me. And the false belief that technology alone, only technology and money can give us happiness. But to summarize the teachings of the Buddha, it's very easy. No need to go so deeply or so widely. Just think about the teaching of dukkha and the sensation of dukkha and the Four Noble Truth enough to stay away from these kinds of conflicts or problems. So, for example, for today's world, right? So, suffering, how people are suffering. Uh, Now, most of the problems are stress, anxiety, loneliness, climate changes, climate fears, and endless comparison between, oh, this one is more beautiful, this is more developed, this is more rich. So, endless comparison. These are the suffering now. 21st centuries people are suffering. And the cause of this suffering is obviously same loba, dosa, and moha, carving, attachment, and ignorance. And there is a sensation of suffering that could be peace. And the path, of course, or the best part that Buddha had taught us is the Noble Eightfold Path. So let's like conclude it more easy way. Actually, the teachings of the Buddha, when we try to conclude it in easiest and shortest form, is to practice sila, samadhi, and prajna, right? Sila, morality; samadhi, concentration or meditation; or prajna, wisdom. So, if we want to live peacefully, happily, and fully in this century, we still need to practice these three lakkhana in Pali, right? Sila, Samadhi, and Panya. The Dhamma remains, actually, people think Dhamma actually is to hear the Dhamma talk from venerable monks, or going to temple, offer candles, offering monks, that's enough. But it's not only that. It's not, and some people think that, oh, dharma is philosophy, or some people think they have their own perceptions. But dharma is not only philosophy or the practice or culture or traditions of the past, but actually, if we try to emphasize the dharma nicely, precisely, then it's just practical for living wisely, practical way to living wisely, kindly, and meaningfully in the challenges of the 21st century. So now let's go one by one through Sila, Samadhi, and Prajna. So first one, Sila. Sila or morality. So let's talk about a little bit the foundation of morality. So Buddha once taught that just as a tree with a deep root is not shaken by the wind, so too a person established in a sila or virtue is not shaken by prizes or blame, right? So that was a wonderful teaching by the Buddha. It said that if the trees roots is so deepened, if there is a strong wind or rain or storm, anything, it cannot shake that tree. So same like if the people establish his virtue with the sila morality, then if people say, oh, good things to him, he will not overjoy, or if people blame him, he will not be saddened. So sila is the main root of our practice. So without roots, a tree cannot stand. So same like without morality, man cannot grow in a peace of wisdom. So sila is very important. In the Buddha's time, people were warned like against Panchasila, right? Lying, stealing, harming others, sexual misconduct, or intoxicants. But people think that, oh, that is like a Vinaya. Those only need to follow by Buddhist people, or maybe for monks or lay people, right? Panchasila. But actually, it's the way, living way that is causing suffering. The same principle remain today also. like not harm, habit changed. We know spread gossip like before face to face, but now harming like online, right? We spread it through a single click, just one click, then already thousands and millions and billions of people can see that things. So we no longer harm just with the weapons, but we harmed uh, with the false sharing, hatred through online also. So and also like because of greed we are consuming a lot of things, so we are somehow careless consumptions, so its earth itself is we are harming the earth, our mother earth also. So how can Sila bring uh, how do we bring Sila into 21st century, or how can we practice Sila? So according to Eighth Noble Path, so right speech, right action, and right livelihood will be categorized inside Sila. So first let's go to right speech. So when Buddha time, right, said us to abandon with false divisive hearts or idle speech that harms others. He was talking to people who spoke face to face that time, because that time there is no internet, no like accessible technology like here. Just like example, now I'm staying in my room and I'm connecting with you through different places. So today, our speech includes not only our voice, verbal voice, it's include our texting, like commenting in Facebook, or some posts in Instagram, or some videos in TikToks, or some sending emails, or even group chat. So one hatred or angry post can travel across within a second, and the challenges in that digital life is really unthinkable. How because of these kinds of cyberbullying, cybercrime, some people even had committed suicide. So how dangerous it is. So for this, how to control these things? So the antidote will be the mindfulness, as Buddha taught, right? So Dhamma, mindfulness. So before posting any hatred message or any kinds of things, you have to pause before you post and think that is it true, it is necessary, or it is helpful to other, then only it will be like a right speech for 21st century. Now let's move to right action and right actions. That time Buddha taught all tremble at the rod, all fear death, treating others like oneself, neither kill nor incite kill. So it's like abstaining from wrongdoing, right? Killing, stealing, and sexual misconduct, right? Is abstaining from these kinds used to be right action, but let's see in today's world we faces new challenges: climate change, pollution, exploitations of nature, so and the poison to the arts and harming ourselves. Right action in the 21st century means living gently on the planet, choosing simplicity, minimalistic, reducing waste, and producing quality of life. And then right livelihood, best the blessed one against trades that cause harm, like dealing in weapons, like five business not to do. So it is a right livelihood. So if we don't practice that things, you are living right livelihood. But now, for these 21st centuries, companies are lying us. They are making lots of profit. Business that exploit workers, like a diamond business, right? From outside, it looks so nice, diamond, but inside, people are exploit. Workers are not given enough food and even payment, and industry feed endless greed because of that, and so much suffering increase. To live right livelihood today is to choose a right work that uplifts, heals, and contributes the well-being to the society. And the second, so Sila in the 21st century is not old fashioned, it is very necessary than and ever. In a world of noise, it guides our speech. In a world of exploitation, it guides our action. In a world of profit, it guides our livelihood. So it is a deep root that allow us to stand strong, unshaken by the wind of Loba, Dosa, and Moha. So second one is Samadhi, training of mind or concentration. So Buddha said that a disciplined mind brings happiness. So same, right? So if Sila, we talk about Sila as a root of the tree, then what is the Samadhi? Samadhi may be the trunk, the main branch, the main trunk, right, of the tree. So without the strong trunk, there is no stability. Uh, so without samadhi, there is no stability of mind. So if our mind is not stable, then it's easy to blown, easy to get polluted, easy to distract by desire and doubt. So in Buddha's time, right, people struggle with wandering thoughts like worries about food, family, survival, how to live, and these all. But today's distractions are multiplied by thousands. Now we have lots of distractions. We have smartphone, always buzzing, notification is coming, advertisement competitions, and competitions of war, competition of language also, right? Like nowadays I can see that people are very stressed of learning languages, language barriers. Oh, my English is not so good, and these and all. And then attention seekers, people want attention. So we live in an age of information overload. We get information a lot, but we are less practicing that true informations. But we have the solutions. So how we train mind in 21st century? So samadhi, according to eight noble profile, uh, right effort, right mindfulness, and right concentrations is fall under the samadhi. So right effort. So Buddha compared it to tending a field. We pull out the weeds of anger, greed, and laziness, and we water the seed of kindness, mindfulness, and compassion. Now, in today's world, 21st century, right? Effort means being careful about what we plant in our mind more than our action, right? Because what you think, you become. So, do we feed ourselves with angry news, hatred, violent entertainment, endless comparisons of people, society, culture, country, or we water seed of meditation, study the Dhamma, practice the Dhamma, or having a Kalyana Mitra, good company. So it's about you, what kind of right effort you want to do. Right mindfulness. So Buddha said mindfulness is like a gatekeeper, right? So before in century in Buddha time, there will be a gatekeeper. Still we have. So watching who enters inside. Does it our own people, our own kind are not harming in this country? Then they let that person in come inside. So mindfulness does same job for our mind. So if we are mindful, then we can be like a gatekeeper and filter our thoughts, which is good we can come inside, which are bad we can filter and get rid of it. So practicing mindfulness today can be as simple as pausing, just pausing before you post something, right? That's simple. And putting phone down sometimes. No need to just play, scroll every time to the phone. Just putting phone down and having a conversations with your friends, a noble friends. And then right concentrations. So Buddha described it like a lamp, right? Right concentration is like a lamp burns steadily. If there is no wind, windy place, then if there is no wind, the candle or lamp will burn very steadily. So same like that, our mind is also like that. The unwholesome thought is like a wind, and if we are thinking too much, then our mind is not steadily. So true concentration arises when we give the mind one object, right? Concentration means first practicing by one object. But now, how many objects we have? So many distractions. So we have to cultivate right concentrations, bring being mindful of your breath. Old technique, right? The teaching. So breathing each day with mindful can bring calm and clarity in the world that constantly pulls us to all directions. So in our age, this teaching is so practical. Some of us work until exhaustion, right? And others downs in distractions. So always as a Buddha's teaching, the middle way, remind us balance your effort, work, rest, practice, and follow together like the string of a well-tuned tuned instrument. So samadhi is not about escaping from this world, right? Maybe people think that to create a concentration, you must go to jungle, you must go to some quiet place. It's not escaping from that. It's about living in this very world with a calm or steady mind. So when the mind is disciplined, happiness naturally follows you, and calmness and concentrated mind is very rare treasure for this 21st century. Now let's move on to Panya, wisdom, right? Panya. So in Buddha time, Buddha, like not in Buddha time, actually in reality, the wisdom is to see the things they really are. And whatever it is, maybe your mobile phone, maybe me, maybe you, or maybe the things we're using, water, anything. Any things are in three categories, that is anicca, dukkha, and anatta. So impermanent, suffering, and impermanent. So without wisdom, is like a blind man, like thrown to a big ground, right? So if blind man is in a big ground or field, he will not know where to go, which direction he have to go. So without wisdom is same like that blind man. So in this 21st century, this modern world, so now we are more comfort, right? Our bed are nice, our houses are nice. If the climate is very hot, we have AC to turn on or fan, and good technology, and all the transportations like traveling from Myanmar to Thailand now, not so much hard than comparing to the Buddha time. But still, we are deeply unsatisfied. Why? Because we chase after what the Buddha called, right, named illusion, that are wealth, fame, and pleasure. We always try to get wealth, fame, and pleasure. That's why we always, no matter the materialistic world is developing, but we still unsatisfied. So these are like bubbles in the water, right? It seems like something is appear there, but it will disappear. So these fame, wealth, and pleasures are like that. So inside wisdom, there are two categories from Eighth Noble Path: right view and right intention. So first, view. So in this 21st centuries, we are talking about more 21st century because my topic is 21st century, living Dhamma in 21st century. So this reminds us not to be by like deceived by the glitter of consumer culture, right? Expensive gadgets or social media or worldly success, right? So nowadays, like beauty pageant, male beauty pageant and female beauty pageant are taking over the world. It's becoming a trend. If people are having a white skin and six abs and beautiful figure, then only people think that they are beautiful, successful. Or if the monks who is coming on like talking too much and giving us too much exposure to social media, then people think that, oh, this monk is very good. but actually some very good monks are inside the cave, inside the jungle, inside the temple. So we cannot judge. But nowadays, 21st centuries are becoming more who more come in the social media, and then people think they are successful. And but the successful in social media or this today's world is like vanish so quickly. You become so successful within a night, and later on you will drop. So right view gives us freedom. We learn to use things without being used by them. So for example, if you have good right view about using internet, AI, like example AI, so then you can use it by using used by them. And then the second one is right intention. Right intention may be kindness, compassion, and not harming to others. So the Buddha encouraged intentions of renunciations, right, for monks, and then goodwill, then harmless, helping others. In our age, this means shifting the heart from what I can get. So every time when we do something for the society, first question in our mind will be what I can get from this. But if we shift this question to how can I serve, then obviously it will be a right intention. It means responding to the world of violence with compassion. So nowadays you can see everywhere having conflict, war, and hatred in the name of country, in the name of trade war, in the name of culture, tradition, religion. But if we respond it with compassion, and then the culture with generosity and climate of fair and understanding, then it would be a right intentions for today's world. So wisdom also means balancing. So there is one uh what to say. So panya, our time, means not only understanding impermanence and interdependence, but also balancing head and heart, and meditation, practice, knowledge, and practice. In a world drowning in information, right? So now world, like people are getting information within a second, but knowledge really uh, hard to get. So world divided by anger and fear. So wisdom will play a vital role with a compassion. Then it can bring a balance to conflict or peace in this world. So next one, the best one of the core teaching of the Buddha. Let's talk about it a little bit. Dependent originations. So whatever we are facing, like conflict or anything, then it's because of dependent originations. So another core teaching, very good teachings. So Buddha taught a profound law of Patitta Samupada, right? Dependent originations. So he said that when this is, that is. When this arise, that arise. When this sees, that sees. So this is the truth of interdependence. So nothing arises alone. Nothing exists by itself. Just as a flower, like lotus flower, cannot bloom without water, sunlight, soil, right? So our lives also same things. We depend upon countless conditions. Our family, our parents like mother and father, community, society, earth, and even unseen stranger. We are depending upon unseen stranger like the farmer, right? They are growing the food for us. We have never seen them, but we are depending upon them. So one another great master from Mahayana and Vajrayana traditions called Nagarjuna. Maybe you have heard about Nagarjuna. He taught about emptiness, but sometimes, be, unfortunately, there is a misinterpretations about his teaching that people may misunderstood his teaching that emptiness means nothingness, but actually it's not. Actually, Nagarjuna also taught emptiness exactly same as anatta in Theravada tradition. Whatever arises dependently, that is emptiness. Actually, the paticca itself is emptiness. If anything needs to depend upon other things, that itself is a emptiness. So it means nothing stand alone. Everything affects everything else. So that's why in this 21st century, what we are facing right now, like climate change, we can see lots of forests are having a fire, some places having a flood, some places landslide, many natural disaster happening, many conflicts happening. But it's not happening like a magic. It's happened because of some cause. It's happening because of something is dependent upon this cause. So, for example, if we caught right too many trees in Brazil, then the people in Asia face floods. If some fashion, right, the clothes demands is so up, and the workers in another countries are suffering because they have to make the clothes, a lot of clothes in small time, and the payment is so low. One angry tweet, just one angry comment in Twitter or maybe in Facebook can divide thousands of people in a minute, in a second, right? And but not only that, we have a good news that goodness also can spread. So what we have to do is like example, if one plant planted, that plant can cool earth for many years. If one act, like if one act in a street, the old woman is crossing the street, and if we help that old woman to cross the street, it can inspire a lot of strangers. And one gentle good post in Facebook can heal someone hurts when they are in anxiety, fear, or hatred. So that's why Buddha's wisdom for today, we all are connected. Every small choices matters. So what we consume, what we think, what we do it mindfully. So daily practice in 21st century. So let's talk a little bit about the daily practice. So be mindful even you are so busy, right? And use technology wisely. Choose simplicity. No need to show off lots of things that, oh, I have a Gucci bag, I have a Mercedes Benz to drive. No need. You choose simplicity and consume little, so the world will be healed and the world or the nature will be not destroyed. Live with compassion. And if we live with compassion, then the world will not divide. Accept everything, right? Even like feminism, there, like gender inequality, many things are going on. So live with compassion. So conclusion for today is like all consistent things are impermanent. So strive on with diligence, right? So this is the essence of the path. Everything around us changes, our position, our health, our age, and our world where we believe. But instead of clinging or fearing, the Buddha asks us to live wisely, to use this short and precious life for what truly matters. So, what truly matters is love, kindness, compassion, mindfulness, and wisdom. So to live the Dhamma in 21st century is not to run away from life, but to live fully and clearly within simply in the world of excess, to live mindfully in the world of distraction, to live compassionately in the world of division. So so Buddha has also taught that one who lives in Dhamma is protected by the Dhamma. It is a verse of Dhammapada 256 verse. So this protection is not magic but natural. So if you live with Dhamma, then the Dhamma will protect you for sure. So let's live our life with the Dhamma no matter which century we are living, a person of mindfulness has less stress. A person of wisdom has less fear. And person with the morality is like unshakable and undistractable. So let us remember each mindful breath is a seed of peace. Each kind word is a breeze of harmony. Each compassionate act is lamp in the darkness. So let's walk the Noble Eightfold Path grounded in Sila, Samadhi, and Panya. In this way, we become a light for ourselves and light for others. So thank you so much for listening. Sadhu. Sadhu.
Sadhu. Thank you very much for Venerable Phountsog Dorjee to give special Dhamma knowledge. So I think we get the many knowledge from you. So thank you very much to Venerable. So we got many knowledge from how to lead the morality in the 21st century, also the how to lead the concentration, also how to lead the Dinya wisdom. It's very important our the Buddhism to lead the Dhamma. So I think we had many knowledge from you. Thank you very much. The more Venerable Phountsog.
Pleasure is all mine.
Yeah. So let me invite the participants so you can add question to our distinguished speaker. I think we are different culture because our speaker is the Vajrayana Buddhism, no, not minor Buddhism. So you can add the question to our speaker, the how different between the Vajrayana and Theravada, also Mahayana. So you can add question to our speaker.
Okay. Let me ask some question. Andy,
Yes.
thank you very much for your insightful presentation. It's really wonderful. We have learned a lot from you. And today we can say the simile day, many simile we had heard. You interpret Sila Samadhi Pinya in line with the 21st century situation. Very nice and really appreciate for that. And you get many simile. Out of that, I am waiting for a simile for Pinya, and then you didn't talk about that Pinya simile. The Sila
Simile?
is a, yeah, example. Sila morality is similar to root of the tree. Concentration is similar to the trunk of the tree. What is the wisdom is similar to the fruit or flower or something like this. And then you didn't talk about that. Just I want to know, I never heard such a similar example in the Theravada tradition, Theravada Tipitaka. Do we have such a sutta, such a simile? Just I want to know, I'm not sure. And you talking about that simile from the Tipitaka or your tradition? Just I want to know.
Oh, it's like I try to give a lively example so people can understand it.
Okay, not from the Tipitaka.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Anyway, it's very interesting. That's why I'm waiting.
Thank you.
New for me. Okay. Anyone who want to ask a comment, raise your hand.
Anyway, you can discuss with our speaker. Also, you can share with our speaker.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kumo.
Yeah.
I like to make one or two comments. In fact, appreciation to Phountsog Lama, the speaker tonight. It's really nice that you brought all the legacy, traditions, and principles of Buddha Day to our day-to-day 21st century, covering all the material and mental, all these stuffs you touch up. Really nice, Pomo Lama. What
Thank
I
you.
like most about it is your key message when you say to live this life, don't leave Dhamma. So live with Dhamma to have much more meaningful life here and there. So that's really a nice giveaway message from Lama. I
Thank you.
really love it. You touch up all the subjects that we're talking about today, like social, cultural context, but on the core, always rooted in Buddhism. It's really, really nice. Thank you, Pomo.
Yeah, thank
Bless
you.
you and bless all of us.
Thank you so much.
So next,
Yeah, for I would like to answer that maybe Panya, we can give example like a fruit of a tree, because
Okay.
fruits cannot grow if the cause and conditions doesn't appear nicely, and if there is no fruit, it's a tree is incomplete, and if there is no fruit, there will be no more seed in future to grow more trees.
Yeah. No benefit, no.
Yes,
Okay.
no benefits. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. Pandey, sorry.
yeah, hold on, whenever you can add a question to our speaker.
Hello. My name is Andy Bandija. So thank you for your presentation. It is so impressive. Your presentation is so impressive. And then let me ask you, where did you learn your Buddhist literature? Because you make me so impressive. Where did you learn your Buddhist literature?
Like bachelor from India. So in Tibetan, like our Vajrayana traditions, temple itself is a school and institution. So while I'm staying in my temple, so they provide us Buddhist literature, but it's all in Tibetan. So, but we do study Tripitaka, but in our own version. And also extra, we study Tantra also, like Tantrayana.
Okay.
So somehow
And then,
the three Pitaka would be quite similar with the Theravada teaching. So that's why. And after coming here in Thailand and I did my master's and now I'm doing my PhD. So I'm enrolled in PhD, sorry. So because of that also, I got to know more about the teachings in Pali also, in Theravada traditions also.
thank you. You make me so impressive. And
Thank
one
you.
more, please. How do they respond when they like a disaster and bad luck? How they respond when they face
Yeah,
just like
as I already mentioned that whatever is happening, it's not happening with like appear suddenly. It's already have some causes, and that's why the result is there. So we need to like find what is the cause of that disaster, like some conflict between some countries, right? War between some countries. So it's not happen directly or like suddenly that, oh, two countries fighting. It's maybe emerged with some kinds of misunderstanding or some kinds of hatred or cultural conflicts or religious wise conflicts. And then we have to be observer, right? As a Buddha taught, be mindful, be a good observer without judgment. So we need to do that. We need to practice that and try to find the cause of it and try to solve it mindfully with compassion and wisdom.
okay, thank you. Sadhu, sadhu.
Thank you very much. So next, we want to add a question to our speaker.
We will go Jody. Okay.
Whenever Bhikkhu
I'm you.
Okay. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you,
So,
Venerable.
I would like to know about how to practice Buddhism in Tibetan monastery.
Actually, like we see somehow difference. That's why we are always fascinating what we don't have, right? So for me, when I was in Vajrayana temple, when I see Theravada practice, especially going Pindabat, going meditation in jungle, and living so simple life, it's fascinating for me. That's why I came here and try to understand more. So same in Vajrayana also, the monkhood is quite similar, and it will be a little bit surprising for many of Theravada monks is that even the Vajrayana bhikkhus, Vinaya, is lineage from Theravada, the early Buddhism. That time 18 school used to be there, and within 18 school, Sarvastivadin. So we are the lineage of Mula Sarvastivadins. So our bhikkhu lineage is still similar to that early Buddhism. So somehow the practice of sila will be similar. So that's why in Theravada there is 227 precepts, but in Vajrayana we have 253 because of some extra practices like Bodhi Chitta, right? Bodhisattva, and some kinds of secret practices. So it's become a little bit more. And like monastery is little bit, how to say, different than here in Thailand, because in monastery, like it's like school, a meditation center, everything together, combined together. So the university, school training, even in Vajrayana, you can see that we have many instruments to play in prayers, some like bells and some kinds of training. So it's all provided in temple. So in temple, we are very busy from 5 a.m. till 11 p.m. So it's quite hard training. That's why in Vajrayana also, like when people join monk, they disrobe fast because the training is so hard, like military. And
Thank
of
you.
course, we have to practice same study Tripitaka. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Anyone want to ask people? Anyone? I just want to know, Pandey.
Yes.
Do you practice Pindapada system?
Actually, in Vajrayana tradition, maybe because of the climate, because the Vajrayana tradition first flourished from India, and then it was like more accepted by Tibet and Himalayan region. So it's like maybe the climate's very cold, all snow, right? Covered by snow and this. So we do not have that tradition to go Pindabat, but it's somehow same. Lay people will come to the monastery and offer food.
So sometimes I saw on video clip the two groups like arguing, debate.
Oh, yeah, debating.
What is it? How do they practice? Can you tell a little bit about that?
Actually, that practices like Vajrayana tradition, we can say it was influenced by Nalanda tradition. So in ancient time, Nalanda University used to be there in Bihar. So that time, Buddhism is flourishing so fast. And then people try to challenge monks in Nalanda universities like Santideva, Nagarjuna, and many good scholars that time. So Hindu, especially the challenges comes from Hindu panditas, because they think that they are very logical, they are very, how to say, smart, and they are very knowledgeable. So they come to Nalanda University and challenge the monk that we will start debate. I will ask you question and we start debating. If you lose, you have to be Hindu, or if you win, I will transfer to Buddhism. So that debating competition start from there. And but luckily, it is said that in Nalanda University, even the gatekeeper was so smart that to come inside first debate with the gatekeeper. So because of that traditions, then it start to teach debating to monks, the students. So because when we try to go outside and live in society, there will be lots of questions, there will be lots of argument. So this all teaches how to deal with the questions, answers, and conflicts. So this is like debating, giving your point and answering, questioning, answering, like that. So it's like that. And actually we
But
do ask question like this.
yeah.
Yeah. So
Oh,
we
okay.
we believe that there is a nerve here, wisdom nerve, which connect in our mind. So we
Oh.
clap when we are questioning. We clap hand. Then that means that it will vibrate our nervous system, and we think more perfectly, more clearly. Then our question will be more logical one. So that's why like this. But sometimes when we
Okay.
debate, the question and answer become like argument, because still we are practitioner. So sometimes I cannot prove myself best. So it may seem anger in my face while I am answering or questioning, but in reality, it's just appearance. Inside, we are not angry or something. It's a practice.
Very interesting, very static.
Yes, it is interesting. For example, like I will give you a short example. Like we will question like venerable. Are you venerable Ashin? Right? Then you will say, yes, I'm Ashin. Then I will bring another Ashin. Then I will ask you, is this Ashin also you? Then you will say no. Then if you say that, then you are wrong already, because you already committed that I am Ashin. So before answering, you have to be mindful, and you have to say that, oh, I am also venerable, and my name is also Ashin. You cannot say that I am Ashin. If you say I'm Ashin, that means all Ashin will be you. So these kinds of thinking, critical thinking, will taught by this debating.
Okay, good point. Very,
Thank you. Man.
thank you. Okay, Penyatiri.
Anyone? A question?
Penyatiri.
By the way, are you Tibetan monk? Are you Tibetan monk?
Yeah. Like, actually, I'm Nepalese, but yeah, I studies in Tibetan culture, like Vajrayana culture.
So, if you don't mind, please answer my question. Do you Mahayana monks? Do you eat something after 12 o'clock?
Oh, yes. Like you are talking about Akala Bhojana, right? Like after 12 p.m.
Kala Bhojana.
Yes. We
Yeah, no
do
rules.
have that traditions. Yeah, we eat dinner.
But
Oh, yeah.
vegetarian, no? Vegetarian. You don't eat meat.
Actually, in Vajrayana Bodhisattva Yana, yes, you have to be a vegetarian as a practice of Bodhisattva. But in Vajrayana, it's your choice. Actually, the teaching will try to influence you to be vegetarian, but it is not forced.
Not compulsory.
Yeah, not forced. You can choose what you want.
Thank you.
When I visit Buddha Gaya, the Mahayana monks at 3 o'clock they have apple. They have apple or something after chanting. You know. I have experience.
Yeah, actually, according to Vinaya, for sure, it's prohibited to having dinner at night. But like in our temple in Bazariana, we have lots of activities to do, like practicing dancing, practicing like music, whole day from morning, like 5 a.m. till 11 p.m. We have to study, practice. So like for energy, like not for like pleasure, it's for energy. Yeah, that's why it is granted to have a dinner like that, but not heavy dinner, just light before 6 p.m. After 6 p.m. no. Yeah.
Oh, like this. Okay, okay. Pinyatiri, you can raise, please. Huh? Okay, let Pinyatiri ask her Pandit Chodiga. Hello, Pinyatiri, unmute your message.
I'm Sally Panyatiri. Thank you, Lama. Your presentation was really fantastic and really fruitful. And I have one question. You have mentioned in your last slide, there are like in these days in 21st centuries, people like in these we have kind of the sila, samadhi, and panya that we need to take care of. We need to practice as the Buddhists. So these days, as we all know, in the 21st century, there are so many problems in the world. And if one were to say it's due to the lack of morality or lack of concentration or wisdom, so which one would be the main cause? I mean, sila or samadhi or panya. So could you please let me know your opinion?
Yes, as I said that everything is interconnected. So we cannot just pick one or say that sila is the main cause, or we can pick wisdom is the main cause, because everything is connected to each other. So to like bring or to foster the panya, we must have a good samadhi, and for samadhi we must have a sila. So whatever conflict is going on, it's lack of somehow all sila, samadhi, and panya, because you are not following the rules, right? For example, conflicting something in Facebook. So I'm not following any rules and regulations of right speech. So I'm texting anything. And because I don't have lack of mindfulness or like concentrations, that's why I'm typing. If I have a concentration, a good samadhi, I will, even I'm not violating the rules, maybe I will stop to before post. And wisdom, because lack of wisdom, that's why you click that post. If you have wisdom, if you like break sila, okay, maybe samadhi, okay, but without wisdom, that like you don't know if it's gonna affect lots of thousands of people or not. That's why you post that. So somehow it's interconnected. So we cannot pick one. That's why totally three of them are equally important to have a peaceful society in 21st century.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Your answers are really beautiful. Thank you very much. Please allow me to switch off my video due to the poor connection in Myanmar.
Oh.
Okay,
Okay.
my next question is like these days we are having different types of disasters and different types of problems in our world. So we monastic members, I think we are in a role of like helping our people in the world as well as much as we can. So how about in Nepal and how about in Tibetan traditions? How the Tibetan monks, the Nepalese monks are taking the roles in the helping others, helping the people in terms of, I mean, how to say, helping their emotions and mental problems and things. So what's the role of the Buddhist monks there?
Yeah, good questions. Thank you for the question. And actually, like monk, I would like to say peacemaker or breeze of the making peace to conflicts or something, inspiring society from that day till now. So somehow in Nepal or Tibetan culture, Vajrayana is little bit flexible than Theravada, because obviously in Theravada they follow still, like it's commendable that they strictly follow all the rules, like not eating dinner, going pindapat, not touching women, something. So it's hard for them to adjust in the environment of society. But maybe because of that, Vajrayana become little bit flexible towards the society. So when I go home, I don't need to stay in temple. I can stay in my home so that I can connect with my family. So in Vajrayana, we are taught that everything starts from you, right? Even Buddha also taught same things. So we try to influence first ourselves. We try to practice Buddha Dhamma first ourselves. Then we go home and give times to our mother, father's family. Then we stay in our home. We don't stay in temple. So we have plenty of time to inspire our family. So from home to family, family to society, it's easy to access. So like in 2009 or something, there was a big disaster in Nepal, earthquake. So that time monks, like our Tibetan Nepalese monks, was the hero of that, because the disaster happened to monasteries also, like temple also, but monks doesn't care, because in Vajrayana and Mahayana traditions, we have bodhisattva practices, that to think everyone, to help everyone equally, as your mother, as your father. So because of that, when the disaster happened, monk, they forget the temple. Even the temple is destroyed, but they go outside to help others first, because of the practice and traditions. And also, we have Dhamma classes. Every every like society, every, how to say that one, the, we call it like village. Okay, every village will have one center, and all the mothers, especially we target the mothers to teach the Dhamma, because mothers have enough time and loves towards the baby, and mothers can inspire the culture and traditions to the baby. So in our tradition, we try to teach the Dhamma and teachings and practice more focused to mothers. And then because some mothers are housewife and they don't have any time, they don't have anything to do after their children went to school. So that time we target and bring them to the temple, and we have a Dhamma classes, English learning classes. So it is inspiring the people, and people are learning Dhamma by that.
Okay, thank you very
Any more
much.
questions?
It's really great to learn about your culture. So that's the bit different from our tradition and our culture. So normally the monks, we do not stay with the family, and we
Yes.
have less communication with the family members. So that sometimes we make jokes like, we can teach to the other devotees apart from our family members, because our family members, they don't want to follow us. They don't want to listen because
sometimes.
we are blood and things like that. Yeah. So
Yeah.
another point that you mentioned is Dhamma classes for the mothers. So it's really great. I think if we can do it in Myanmar, that would be very beneficial.
Yeah, because we target mother, because mother comes and they gossip, right? Because like ladies have the, like, I'm not saying in a dominant way, but they always try to share what they know. So when they learn in our temple, so they go back to their community and talk about, oh, I learned this, and that, and this, and they inspire another. And tomorrow, one more student is coming to our center like that. So it's like targeting more mothers.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you very much for your
Thanks.
answers.
So anyone has a question to speaker about the soul anger? So you can ask a question to our speaker. Do you want to know about something?
Yes, Venerable Sir. Thank you for your presentation and thank you for presenting us your way of, how do I say, the way of living in Dhamma in the 21st century, of course, and how we can have mindfulness in the Dhamma in the 21st century and good morality, sila, and good samadhi and panya as well. So, and we are thankful to be invited into this Zoom meeting as well.
And I am also very thankful and it was very insightful to me. I learned a lot and a lot more about this topic. Thank you very much for sharing your knowledge.
Yeah. What kind of questions?
Always my pleasure.
Yeah. From your tradition from Nepal, in terms of teachings and studyings, what differs from Theravada's teachings? What's the main difference in teachings by senior monks? Well, how do they differ from Myanmar's senior monks?
What is the difference, Venerable Sir?
Actually, like senior monks are senior because of their knowledge, because of their age, because of their bhasa. So same things applies in our tradition too. But sometimes wisdom is more important. That's why in our traditions, if you have more wisdom, then also you can be a good teacher, more famous than the one who is very much older in Bhasa. But I'm just a new, but I have good knowledge. But people will appreciate me too, not because of Bhasa, because of my knowledge and wisdom. So monk, like in our traditions, our master, senior monks, like my master, we call them a father. Because because they will be our second father, they will be our Buddha, they will be our guidance, everything. Because when we enter to monastery, he will take our all responsibilities, our studies, our dress, our tour, like monk, our financial support, everything. That's why we call them father figure. And the senior monks in our temple, we like our elder brothers in our family. So when we come to monastery, we think that we all are family because we eat in same, like we cook food in same dish and prepare like a family, and we eat from same dish, and it all is provided by our master. So it's like a family. That's why there is a love and respect and peace inside the community, inside the temple.
I see.
I see, sir. I see, Venerable Sir. It's quite different from my perspective. From my experience with monks, in Theravada Buddhism, they more see each other as students and teachers. So it's nice to know how communities of monks and sanghas work in Nepal. Yeah. Thank you very much.
My pleasure.
What do you want to ask?
So far, I have nothing to ask right now.
I think that's all for our questions. If we are to be able to think of other questions, we'll ask you, Venerable Sir.
Yeah, my pleasure. So maybe my one suggestion or my request for you too is like, you told that you are content creator, influencer. So whenever you create a content, be mindful, right? And try to be truth, not just go on the trend, right? I saw lots of people just following a trend. If one trend is going on, like making like scam to your friends, or the song that is becoming viral and you are just shaking your body and just that to get lots of view. Maybe that is like a viral. We call it viral. Like it's become like a
Viral
fire in
trend.
a viral trend. Don't go on that trend, because being an influencer is one of the most important role nowadays, especially in 21st century. So try to be more informative, try to be more mindful, try to be more compassion, and try to be more truthful, not running in the trend, but running through the teaching of the Buddha. So hope you will get more subscriber and more
Thank you very
success in your
much.
life.
I hope your wish will come true, Venerable
So
Sir.
yeah, and
Yeah.
indeed, in influencers world, you can either become an influential people that can provide truthful and mindful
Okay, just a minute.
information, or a person or an influencer that provide information, but the information is basically, how do I say, not useful, not informative, but how do I say, slop, in a way where you're just providing information and not providing knowledge.
Yes.
Information and knowledge is different because
Different, yes.
yeah, you make people understand it instead of giving the information. Anyone can give information of things, but making people understand it and like sort of believe in it is much more better than giving just information. Yeah.
Yes, and also like teaching of Buddha, like being patient, because everything that good need a time. So if you are creating a good content, maybe your video doesn't get lots of like a viral video, but be patient and keep continuing doing it. It will always
do
be
it.
fruitful. Yes.
Yes.
Thank
That's
you
what
so much. Nice to meeting you both.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well, Venerable Sir.
Thank you very much, Sir Anchor. So Nana, would you want to add a question to our speaker? Anyone? Hello, anyone to? So let me ask the last question to speaker, Phountsog Dorjee Lama. I hear that now you finished the MA degree in Buddhist study. Also, now you studied the PhD in Buddhist study, and you studied the Buddhist scripture in the Theravada point of view, and you had a lot of knowledge from the study in Theravada point of view. So, quite different between the Theravada scripture and Vajrayana scripture. What's the difference between the Vajrayana scripture and Theravada scripture?
Scripture, right? So actually, yeah, that's main a good, yeah, it's a good questions, and actually these questions arises a lot between the people around the world, those who know Theravada Buddhism, Vajrayana Buddhism, or Mahayana Buddhism, right? And I would like to clarify that first. We people try to see difference first. That makes us divided. Whatever we see first, we try to see difference. We don't try to see similarities. That's why we cannot come close. Maybe because of language barrier, culture barrier, or maybe looks or religions or geographical. I don't know why it's happening. But when I come to Thailand and study Theravada Buddhism, and when we were used to studying in Mahayana culture, we used to say that, oh, Theravada is like a small vehicle, they practice for themselves, so they only get arhatship, and maybe in Mahayana we practice for others, human beings, and this and that, right? But when I come here and learn, I try to find similarities first, not differences. So I found that it's all same, like the scripture, the teaching. If you are Buddhist, right? If you can claim that we are Buddhist, then obviously you are following the teaching of Buddha. And obviously you are teachings means what? The Dhamma. And the teaching is divided into three, Vinaya, Sutta, and Abhidhamma. So that's the teaching. If you are following that exactly taught by the Buddha, then that's why we can claim that we are the followers of the Buddha, or we are the students of the Buddha, or the teacher. Buddha is our teacher. But because of the cultural differences, because of the tradition differences, it may seem different, right? And in Vajrayana, Also, without Theravada practices, you cannot be a Vajrayana monk. Because Theravada practices is the foundation of Buddhism, we believe, in our traditions. So without Sila, Samadhi, Panya, and without 8 noble paths, without Patita Samuppada, without a proper Vinaya, becoming a bhikkhu, then how you can claim that you are a monk? So for that, but what make Vajrayana a little bit different is the practices of Bodhisattva, the philosophy. Like we called Vajrayana is by outer we practice Theravada Sila, right? By inside we practice Bodhisattva Mahayana, and from secret we practice Tantrayana, that is Vajrayana. But the scripture will be same, but we have little bit extra more of Tantrayana, like the way of practicing. Maybe the practicing way a little bit different, because in Theravada, maybe like example, mindfulness practice more in rising and falling, right? But like mindful in breathe. But in Vajrayana, we see the people, what they want. So like we include music in meditation, like singing bowl, right? Ting, and use different kinds of technique. But at last, the essence is to teach the Dhamma as it is. So wherever you use different technique, maybe different technique because of the different audience, doesn't mean that we are teaching differently, but to bring same practice to Sila, Samadhi, and Panya. Whatever we do, at last it fall to Sila, Samadhi, and Panya to get the enlightened. So it is quite like maybe practices wise different, but scriptures wise maybe the count little bit up and down, but the core teaching of Buddha would be still the same. Thank you for the question.
Thank you very much. Another Venerable Pandesa, do you want to add a question to speaker?
Okay, thank you very much again, Venerable Phountsog Lama. So
Yes,
let me ask, when or why you become novice monk, and who is your role model monk in your Tantrayana tradition? Please mention them.
Oh, actually, in our traditions, first, my role model is my own master. His name is His Holiness Peno Rinpoche. Why he's my role model is actually our monastery is really a huge monastery. About 4,000 monks and 2,000 nuns
4,000.
are residing. Yes,
4,000.
yes, and everything is provided free. Everything, your food, your clothes, your shelter, your books, and if you become sick, ill, medication, everything provided by my master himself. And he is not supported by, yeah, he is not supported by government, he is not supported by any person, but he go abroad, teach Dhamma, and raise the fund and bring it back and feed us. And not only feeding us, he is giving us a quality education. More importantly, quality education, equalities, no matter which country you are from, Nepal, Bhutan, Tibet, Mongolia, Russia, will treat it equally as your own son and give equal teachings to all. That's why he used to be my first role model. And second role model will be His Holiness Dalai Lama, because he influenced the world and he taught not only Vajrayana, he taught the humanity, love and compassion to the world, that what it means. So that's why these two are my role model when I was summoner. It's still my role model.
Please say your master, I am sending loving kindness and giving respect. Please say you are master, I am sending. Very wonderful.
Yes.
Thank you very much. So anyone had a question to speaker?
I'm surprised.
And may I ask one question?
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
We are Theravada and you are Vajrayavada. So I think it may be different ordination system. So I would like to know your Vajrayavada ordination system.
Ordination, right?
System.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's same like Theravada, because I already mentioned that our lineage is passed through Sarvastivadins to same like Upali to Sari or Mangalaputra to another, and maybe till my masters and after me. Then when we are Samanera, same, we must have to be 20 years old to receive bhikkhu precepts or ordinations. And when we have to do ordination, then there will be an ordination ceremony, and each three person we call is Dhamma brothers. 3 person was chosen as one, and then we go to our preceptor, and then preceptor will ask many questions that did you kill your father, did you kill your mother, did you harm arhant or no. So we have to say no, and then he will ask did you get a permission from your mother, and these kinds of ceremonies. And then we try to, oh, from today I will take these vows, I will not harm this, and there will be a lot of ceremony to chant, and then offer our some kinds of like the here to our preceptor, and then he will give us a new name, new bhikkhu name, and then the ceremony is finished. Then all bhikkhu will come gather together who ordinate, and then the preceptor will recite the bhikkhu pratimokha, like the training what we have to follow, and then like that the ceremony will go like that.
Thank you,
Thank you very much. There are several seminars for to ask question to our speaker. So Nathan, anyone ask question to our speaker? Whenever yes, sir. Do you want to add question to our speaker? Whenever yes, sir.
Yeah, Venerable Sarah. Okay, as for me, not too much question, but I would like to know clearly about our different tradition. Does mean for Mahayana into become Bodhisattva, right? For Theravada, Buddhism aim to be Arahant or noble person, noble one. As for Vajrayana, what is the purpose of Vajrayana tradition?
So yeah, it's also a good question, and sometimes it's like a controversy questions, but it's like a tradition to follow. So yeah, Theravada, they target to get enlightenment, and their last goal is to be arhat. And for Mahayana, it's like a bodhisattva, and for Vajrayana, we target to be a fully enlightened Buddha, as a Buddha.
As Buddha.
Yes. So in Vajrayana, we believe everyone is Buddha, and everyone have a seed of Buddha. That's why you can become a Buddha. For example, if apple, right? Apple seed. If the seed of apple, then only apple can grow. Same, you are a Buddha. That's why from you, Buddha can grow. If you don't have Buddha, then you will never, it's impossible to be a Buddha. So actually in Vajrayana, there is like a tradition like Longchen and Mifom, great master, used to say that our mind is actually clear. Our mind is Buddha itself, but it's like a sky or sun, and the Loba Dosa Moha is a cloud. So sun is like, actually sun is there, so Buddhahood is there, but because of Loba Dosa Moha, it's covered. So we practice to clear that cloud and shine the Buddhahood. So everyone can be a Buddha. Even sentient beings can be a Buddha. But there will be only one, how to say, the king of Buddha, like the ruler of the Buddha, that will be the Sakyamuni Buddha. And in future, there will be a Maitreya Buddha. But everyone can be a Buddha.
Everyone can read Buddha, but in your mention about what I understand about different Buddha, right? Different Buddha.
Actually, Buddha is not a human being, right? It's enlightened means your mind is how to say clear. You get a wisdom. So that's the Buddha actually. And that's why if you get that knowledge, if the wisdom you meet up, then you are Buddha. It's not that it's like a different Buddha. Buddha is wisdom. So if you gain that wisdom, pragya, and then you will be a Buddha.
Thank you so much, brother. Now I then Seattle would like to ask you a question.
Yes.
Yes, interest to become Buddha, we had to fulfill the perfection, right?
Yes,
so
same 6 paramita, and if we illustrate it, it's 10 paramitas. And Bodhisattva will be in the last stage of 10 bhumi. So each state will cross 1 bhumi, 2nd bhumi, 3rd bhumi, 4th bhumi, like that, through the practice of meditations. So that's why meditation is only ekano magga. That's why Buddha maybe mentioned that it's only one way to get the enlightened.
So the Buddha is different. Do you differentiate like a Sabinyuta Buddha, Vijayaka Buddha, Sammasambuddha?
Actually,
Only
like for example, Buddha is a knowledge. So for example, like me, myself, I am Venerable Phountsog Dorjee. For you all, now I am like a Vajrayana monk, right? It's my quality. But for my mom, I am son. From Venerable Pinnasara, I am his friend. From my brothers, I am a small brother. So it's your different perspective to see from who you are. But the reality is there, right? And the reality is actually, I think I am exists. From you, Venerable Phountsog is there. For Pinnasara, he's my brother. But actually, in reality, everything is anicca, anatta, and dukkha. So if you get out from this, then only you will get the enlightened.
The Paramattha, ultimate truth.
Yes,
Okay, how about
Paramattha?
How about the duration to fulfill the perfection? How long you have to fulfill become Buddha?
Yeah, for that, obviously, we need to cultivate merit, like sila, samadhi, like this, right? So 6 paramita, and if it's extended more, it's 10 paramitas. But we believe that if you have enough merits in your previous life, so you can be a Buddha within this life. So it's not depend upon how long does it take. It's depend upon who you are and how you practice. Just like now, maybe today's talk, there are so many people, right? I talked about the Dhamma in 21st century, and I talked what I know. But now, if I ask individual, there will be a different perspective and different understanding. And the perfect one only know exactly what I thought. So thus, that perfect one can be a Buddha fast.
Okay. So frankly saying, it is easy to become Buddha?
No, it's not easy. It's really, really difficult. It needs your patience, you need effort, you need mindfulness, you need wisdom. So it's really hard. You need sila, samadhi, panya. For sure, it's really hard. But if you practice well, it's not impossible. That's why we say nothing is impossible. So to become Buddha is also not impossible, but hard. Yeah, of course, hard. Very hard. It needs generations of generation merit, like Sakyamuni himself, right? we saw Sakyamuni as a Siddhartha and become enlightened. But when we see Jagata tales, there are thousands of stories, even being a bodhisattva, even offering his own flesh to tigress, and so many. And after that only, he become complete perfection, complete, fully enlightened. Yes.
Thank you for your answer.
My pleasure.
Thank you, brother. Now, what I would like to know other ways for in your temple or other places who please you. As for lay people, also, we can call the purpose. They are in also like the Buddha, right? As you.
Yes, sure.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
That's why
Now,
it shows equality. So in Vajrayana practices, there is no gender inequality also. So monks and nuns also treated same, and that's why you can see in our traditions that if lay person also do this, we also do this, because we respect each other, because we respect each other Buddhahood.
So you are glad saying with the Dalai Lama?
Actually, in Vajrayana also there are 4 different traditions. So Dalai Lama is from Gelug tradition. I am from Nyingmapa tradition, and Nyingmapa is the oldest tradition of Vajrayana. Same like Theravada in Buddhism, right? Theravada is the oldest tradition, Mahayana, then Vajrayana. And in Vajrayana, Nyingmapa is the oldest one. So I am from Nyingmapa. But we do respect and we do receive teaching from His Holiness Dalai Lama, yes.
The different color, right?
Color maybe a little bit similar. The dress code is also similar, but the hat will be a little bit different. Like in Theravada, in Thailand, because of the fan, right? People will know what is the position of that monk because of the fan. Like the Dhamma talking, yeah. So for Vajrayana, because of the hat, people will know how big this master is. So there is a white, red hat tradition, yellow hat tradition, like that.
But in Myanmar, we don't have such a symbol that differentiates our rank. We don't have.
Yeah,
no?
but as I understood, in Myanmar, if you finish Abhidhamma, like some kinds of 9 years of courses, and you can memorize all Tripitaka, then you become Mahathera or something, right? So somehow that's why similar. If we see, it may be different, but if we see in the perspective, there is something as a symbol to know who is the senior monk. Yes.
I forgot. There's a farm for Mahana, and there's a farm for Tipitaka. No, I forgot.
Yeah. So if
Yeah.
Pali 3, then there is different fan. If Pali 6, different fan. Pali 9, different fan, like that.
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay. What is Sarah? One question.
Okay, next, another question.
Yes, Bandi, may I ask a question, Bandi?
Okay.
Welcome.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you very much, Vaneva. Lama, because I can pronounce the previous words.
Yeah, it's okay.
However, thank you for your wonderful presentation and also the insightful knowledge. So I have like a little bit critical question on your presentation. So you just mentioned Dhamma in the 21st century, emphasizing on the Noble Eightfold Path, divided into the three paths, division of Sila, Samadhi, and Panya. So
yes,
at the same time, you also emphasize on the way of practicing the Dhamma. Those who practice the Dhamma can be protected by the Dhamma. So
yes,
can you understand that the Buddha's teaching can solve all problems? Okay, because in the 21st century, there are lots of problems and complex. So for that, we
yes,
need a solution. So do you think that the Buddha's teaching can be the realistic solution to those or the problem? like climate change, poverty, social and inequality, and as well as we can say now mostly we suffer from the political violence. So for those 21st century issues or challenges, can Buddha's teaching, is it possible for the world to be practice the Dhamma for the a realistic solution to all the challenges, to the problems, Andy? So how do you think of that perspective, Andy? So
Yes,
we'd like to...
thank you. Yeah, thank you for the question. And this is also one of the most asked question among the devotees, modern scholars, the followers, especially from other traditions. Obviously, sometimes we stick and called like the teaching of Buddha and Buddha, Dhamma and something. But in reality, if Buddha taught or not, right? The reality is reality. Actually, Buddha didn't taught any new things. We have to know that Buddha just taught, see the reality, the nature of the things, that is anicca, anatta, and dukkha. And he saw that everything is suffering. So in reality, for example, like fire, if Buddha taught about fire, or he didn't explain about fire, but what is the quality of fire? It's a heat. It can burn anything in ashes, but according to the object, right? That's why interdependent. If it's a paper, the fire can burn in second. If it's a iron, maybe fire can take more times, but fire is to make anything heat or like this. So that's the reality. We must think that it's not the teaching only from Buddha. Buddha just shows the reality. And the reality is that everything we suffer because of lobha, dosa, and moha. And if we really observe it mindfully by meditations or whatever, like theoretically or practice, it will be true, no matter who say it. And to get rid of this conflict, whatever this is happening, why it's happening, why war is happening. Big country claim that they want to be powerful, so that because of their ego or like anger, or maybe because of attachment, they want to be bigger. That's why they try to conquer another one, right? And for some culture or religions, they give names, so they want everyone to follow their culture and traditions. So that's why they again say breed, everything like this. So get out from this is eightfold path, which is right view, right concentration, right livelihood. So if we think this deeply in our practical life, of course, no matter what conflict or problems is going on, these teachings really can solve any problem. Not only 21st century, from ancient time till now. That's why nowadays, especially scientists and many neuroscience and many people are so much attracted with the teachings of Buddha, because it taught the reality, not that made up by other. Like some traditions, they think that if they fast for their husband, then their husband will have a long life, right? So it's like a tradition. The Buddha never taught like that. He always taught the reality, the true nature, and we called to see the things really are. So if we see the things really are, then obviously we will see the true nature, to causes, to if there is causes, and there will be a antidote, right, to get rid of the causes. So for example, I will give you one good example. Like we are researching, right, like in MA and PhD, we have to write a thesis. And in thesis, what we have to do? First, we have to see the problems, right? So problem is suffering. Even modern academic researcher, same thing applied by so-called modern academic world. So first, oh, I don't know about why Myanmar Buddhism is not spreading around the world. Maybe my problem, okay? So my problem is that's why I'm going to write a thesis. Then I will have to cause of suffering. Then when I'm writing the thesis, objective will be the cause of suffering. Why? Why Myanmar is lacking? Maybe monks, they are not socializing because they have to stay in temple, something. Then how to spread the Myanmar Buddhism around the world? And the way of the look, so even writing research, right? Like example, another good example for coronavirus, right? Coronavirus appeared. Then what? That's a suffering. Then scientists try to know the cause of suffering. What is happened? Why coronavirus is happening? And the way out of this virus is some kinds of injection, right? Some kinds of medicine. And for that, there is the way. Like, oh, don't go socializing, don't talk with the people, wear masks. This is the way, like Noble Eighth Path. So everywhere, if you see, they applied same 4 noble truths. Yep, thank you.
Okay, Vande. So thank you very much for your explanation. So you do believe the Buddhist teaching can solve all the problems?
Yes, I do believe if you have how to say right, action right, view right, intention like this, like livelihood, like concentration, like mindfulness, for sure, and sila samadhi panya.
Okay, okay, Vande. I'm not going to extend this question, Vande. So thank you very much for your clarification and explanation, Vande. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, just I want to add on some comment that Pandey, that your explanation is a very good theoretically right. But let's say there's a two group. One group is a practice applying the Buddha Dhamma. Another group is ignored, doesn't apply this. So we have the conflict between these two groups. In this case, how our Dhamma can apply or can solve?
I believe sometimes we think that wearing the conflicts begin because of misunderstanding. Sometimes, like wearing a monk robe and chanting and staying in monastery, people think that I'm Buddhist and I am following the teaching of Buddhist, right? And then we think that they are outsider, so they don't know the Buddhist Dhamma. And then the conflict starts from there. That's why I try to say that if we see everyone equally as a bodhisattva tradition, then at last we all fight for what? We all fight for peace. We all fight for good life. We all fight for equality, right? So, like, sometimes we think being a Muslim in a Buddhist country, then how you will feel? Are we equally treating them? No, maybe not. We maybe think, oh, we Buddhists. Are we giving donation to like Muslim monks? No, right? So we have some kinds of attachment. It's still, that's why we are having conflict. If we get out from, I am Buddhist, he's Muslim, I am Myanmar, he's Nepal. If we can get out from this I, me, you, then only there will be peace. Then only the real wisdom and enlightenment will appear. Thank you.
Okay. Let's see.
So I also believe that who do you apply the Buddha teaching? Who do you practice Buddha teaching? We can solve any problem. I also believe that. Maybe there are who do you lead Buddha teaching? Who do you practice with Buddha teaching? So we can solve any problem. You know,
but sometimes we have to be practical.
Some people they did it. They only forget the business. They only forget land education, but they did apply Buddha teaching. That's why they can solve the problem.
But we can see some people, those who are not Buddhist, but following exactly the teaching of Buddha. Some like Nelson Mandela, right? He fight for his black rights, and he like Mahatma Gandhi from India. So some even lay people are more good practitioner from my eyes, good Buddhist from my eyes. that following the Sila, Samadhi, and Panya. So doesn't mean that you wear this and go to Buddha that you are Buddhist. Actually, applying his teaching in your daily life is a real Buddhist.
Good point, Bante. Just I want to show one example. On the way, the highway, we drive car according to the rule and regulation, without breaking any rule. We drive. Another car not following the rule, he drives carelessly. So that car will destroying everything on the way. So there is a conflict.
Yes.
In such a case, can the Dhamma solve this problem?
Sure. Like if the police, right? Like the traffic, actually, if the accidents happen, then that case goes to traffic police or the road department. And if they are understanding the truthfulness, then whose fault is that? Right?
Okay,
Whose
okay.
fault is that? Yeah. Whose fault is that? Who break the rules? Maybe nowadays, yeah, the technology is so good. You can see by CCTV, and you can see if there is no CCTV, then you can obviously if there is a road accident, maybe there will be a plenty of witnesses. So according to that, you have to be a right understanding, right view, right concern. Again, same thing to give him punishment or what thing to do. You have to see, observe.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Let's talk. Yeah, this issue in. Okay, Eddie, come on. Another
Yes, thank you.
Okay.
Anyway, yeah, as a pioneer one, I think it a very long time. So,
Yeah,
Bande,
it's become
as
a
much
long
as we
time.
know, yeah, as much as we know, the Vajrayana tradition is very popular in the global stage, more than if we compare the other. So, what is the key? Yeah, of course, you trying to answer so many questions which are based on our traditional mindset or thinking, the way of thinking. So many questions are they challenge something based on I got that some our traditional root causes, root mindset. So, what is the key to why that Vajrayana tradition, the leading tradition in the international or global stage? As I mentioned, most of the Westerner or so many people know the Western monk or practice. They are very close to the Buddhist believers. Why? What is it the key? So this is we need the such knowledge, information. So
maybe like if I say something, maybe it will be a little bit conflict or I don't know, maybe controversy. But I will try to answer you more like nicely. As I told, like even when Buddha said the Dhamma, right? Like Vinaya, he said that it is not exactly need to followed. If in future it need to be cut down, you can cut, or if you need to add, you can add on. That means that it shows that you have to be adaptable according to the centuries, because people mindset will be not the similar. And Theravada somehow is good because they are following same exact traditions, try to follow exact same as Buddha's time till now. But the people now are changed. The mindset of people are changed. That's why if you stay in that same situation, following same tradition, Vinaya, rules and regulation, that's why you becoming little bit far from the society. That's why more acceptance, more flexibility, and something needs to be. Like for example, I have seen that if lay woman come to Theravada monk, she must stay far for you, right? So already there seems like unequality for modern people, for more Westerners thinking that what I'm a man, woman, and why he want to be a superior? Why he always sit there, and when I come, I have to like this and bow this. So maybe because of that, Westerners don't want to be close. But in our tradition, if she is woman, she can sit next to me. No need to bow down to me. We can talk as a friends, Dhamma. That's why we can share Dhamma easily. That's why people can connect easily. And whenever our tradition, we don't say they are my followers. They are my students. We always say that we are Dhamma brothers. We are Dhamma sisters. We are from same families. Maybe because of that, this connect and hits people mindset. But now it's not because of that also. But now Theravada is also growing because some people are fed of, because not, I already told you, not because of this dress, the Buddhism is flourishing, because of the good masters like Dalai Lama and my master and other master. But nowadays some Vajrayana masters are also like pretending as a good monks, good teacher, but running for fame, money, and this. So some people fed off with Vajrayana too. And some, they really want to practice Theravada also. So it's not about being famous or like popular or good or bad. It's about the choice of people.
Thank you. Thank you.
So maybe like more iPhone or Samsung.
Nokia, go away.
Yeah,
Like
Nokia go away. If you cannot update according to the consumer, right? Then if you cannot update your apps according to the like AI, right? Now AI and TikTok and many good apps are there. If your mobile cannot update according to that, then people will stop using that mobile.
Customer will decide.
But doesn't mean that you have to update without your morality and mindfulness and compassion and wisdom. We have to maintain that ethics, but make adaptable to other.
Good example. Venerable. Good example.
Thank you.
Nokia.
We have to do placebo. We have to learn.
But I'm not saying that Theravada is Nokia.
No.
Just kidding. Sometimes it's more conservative than more just those who are open-minded. It's hard for them to as is same like in Theravada country, it's very hard for me to survive, right? Because they are more based in rules and regulations. So they think that, oh, these monks are fake. Oh, they eat dinner, they play like games, and they are singing like this. So like the Theravada, not a tradition, but Theravada's community will not accept us because they feel that we are not true. So every coin has two sides. So it's on us. That's why I told you before also when I was teaching, don't try to see differences, try to see similarities. Then it will connect us. Then it will bring love, peace, compassion towards each other. But it's a human nature to see the fault. For example, if I'm teaching 1, 2, 3, 4 counting, right? And I intentionally say 8, like at, then people will laugh because they will distract in my wrong. I am telling all numbers 9, 10, all correctly, but people minds goes to at and they start laughing. So that's why we need to cultivate Sila Samadhi Panya to get out of this human nature and try to see, oh, he make 9 correct, only 1 incorrect. And when you can accept like this, then you are really good practitioner.
Okay, thank you very much. The Urbanira. I think there are
maybe
enough.
Yeah, time already enough.
Okay.
But let me close our the program, especially Yeah, thank you very much. The most venerable, the Seattle, Tavagu Seattle Wisdom, for invitation me and speaker. Thank you very much, the organizer. So also thank you very much, our speaker, who is the most the venerable, the Phountsog Dorjee Lama. So today we get many knowledge we learn from you. Also that we get the Vajrayana traditional. So we get different knowledge from you. Also we got the special Dhamma knowledge from you. Also also thank you very much the participant who had question to our speaker. So because of we know from the questionnaire the different knowledge. So that's why thank you very much all participants, all speaker and participants. So I'm very happy to hear. Okay, now we are closing our program. So we had to recite Buddha Sasana and Situ. So let me invite the most Tavagu, please recite together.
Okay. Buddha Sasana Sirandated.
Buddha Sasana Thank you so much.